Hey, Manhattan Project here from Free Time Racing. Over the past 2 weeks, I got to try out this product, the Woojer Vest 3. I know some of you had some questions about it, and some of you probably have never even heard about it. So, straight from the box, elevate your games, feel your music, get lost in your movies, connect with your inner self, all with high fidelity haptic feedback. Vest 3 catapults any multimedia experience to another dimension. So, what does that mean? So, this is a haptic feedback device. Haptic feedback is basically taking an audio signal from whatever you're hooked up to and converting it into a tactile feel. So instead of speakers, this has oscillators. They basically vibrate back and forth based on the audio signal. And it's pretty cool. So it works similar to like a surround sound system would work. If your surround sound speakers would be making noise, well, the oscillators in the back will make noise. So let's say there's an explosion behind you and you hear it in those speakers, you'll feel it behind you. If you rear end a car, you'll feel it on your front oscillators. That's pretty cool. So how to use it? So after you take it out of the box, the first thing that you'll want to do is charge it. The charging port is on the back, not on the front. There's a USB-C port on the front and the back. Make sure you use the one on the back. They were pretty adamant about that. You'll want to download the Woojer app on your phone. That gives you a little bit more control, more settings to mess with, but more importantly, when I downloaded it on my phone, it prompted me to update the firmware. And I saw some other people using or doing a review and complaining that it wasn't very powerful. And Woojer's update or answer to that was to update the firmware. And I tried it with the updated firmware, and it's definitely not weak. It's pretty awesome. So once you have the Woojer app downloaded and the firmware updated, you can connect this to your console or your TV with Bluetooth, but like a lot of things with gaming, it's not recommended to go wireless due to high latency. The Vest has input and output jacks using a 3.5mm cable, so basic aux cord. Set you up just right. When you put this on, you put it on pretty much like a life jacket. Just a couple of latches. You've got a chest strap and latch, and one for your waist. Once everything's latched, you just give the straps a couple of good pulls. You want it tight up against your body so you like actually get those sensations. So yeah, let's give it a shot.
I've got my headset plugged directly to my controller like normal, and I've got my line in coming from an HDMI audio extractor going to the vest. Strapped in, I got the vest strapped on. Feels like I'm in a racing harness. That's pretty cool. Let's do a lap around VIR. Oh yeah, I can already feel that right now. You can feel it with the engine RPM. That's pretty cool. Let's do it. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's hit a rumble strip. Whoa, that's a lot of vibration. Okay, I feel a little bit when the tires are starting to do some grip. That is different. I like it. Okay, I felt a little thud whenever I shifted gears. That was cool. Let's hit this rumble strip. Or not. Let's hit this one. Barely. Okay, yeah, that beats you up. That is pretty cool. I like it. Let's turn the intensity up. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I can already hear the oscillators a little bit, which you didn't hear them at all. But it's gonna happen. I think maybe if the intensity wasn't turned all the way up, you probably wouldn't hear them as much. And if I had my headset completely on this ear, I would think I would hear them all. Heard that. Yeah, too intense. Turn it down. All right. Definitely makes me feel more like I'm in the car. It's cool because the more you upset the car, the more it upsets the vest, the more you get the vibration, and it kind of makes you not want to upset the car. It's kind of a weird feeling. You don't want it to vibrate. It helps knowing when to stop pushing so hard. Hog bid. a strong finish. Alright, let's send it off. Oh yeah. Okay, that's beat me up. I like it.
All right, here's my review. Does it do what it advertises? I'm going to say absolutely. It does it, and it does it well. Hitting rumble strips on the left side will make the left oscillators vibrate, and etc. on the right side. The different volumes as well as different frequencies of sounds all provide a really wide range of vibrations, so it's not the same feeling for everything that happens. There's some magic going on in there. It can differentiate more than I thought it would. I tried racing games, shooting games, watched a movie, listened to music, and it worked really well with all of them. My next big question was it going to be comfortable? Um, I was a little concerned about the battery pack being on the back. Was that going to be comfortable leaning back against my racing chair? And really, the battery pack is pretty slim. Let me grab that again. That's pretty slim. So once I put the harness on, and there's a lot of padding in the back, I didn't even really notice it. I didn't notice that I wasn't really sitting up against my chair. Um, and then the harness itself made it feel like, kind of like a 5-point racing harness, so I thought that was pretty cool. So what do I not like about it? The easiest way to hook it up is to run an aux cable from your controller to the vest, and then plug your headset into the vest as well. So what I found out was the vest will support your headset, but it will not support your mic. So that sucks. You can't do that. The workaround for me was using an HDMI audio extractor, which has a 3.5 millimeter output. So I ran that to the vest, and then I hooked up my headset and controller just like normal. I'm pretty sure if you had a Bluetooth headset, that wouldn't be an issue either. But all in all, pretty easy workaround. I also didn't really like having the extra cord hooked up to me. It made me feel tethered. I guess I really was, but after a little while, I completely forgot about it, and it wasn't an issue. So like I said before, it uses your device's audio signal and converts it, the sound into a feeling. So the problem with that is it doesn't normally differentiate the sound. So if a game has loud music, it can muddy the signal, and the vest will basically just vibrate all the time. I think you can run this with SimHub, but I haven't tried that myself. I usually turn the music down in my game, so that also wasn't an issue for me. And lastly, the device is advertised as being silent, and that's true to an extent because these aren't speakers, they're oscillators. But if you turn up the intensity really loud and you get a really hard vibration, you can hear them moving back and forth. It wasn't a problem for me because I had the headset on, but if there's somebody else in the room, they're going to know that it's on, or they're going to hear it. So what do I like? Well, that's the fun stuff. Would I like everything? To make it simple, once I've tried it, I won't play a game without it. It adds a complete different level of immersion to everything. I use it in first-person shooters. I could like feel my footsteps while I was walking. I pulled out my sidearm shot, had a little vibration. Pulled out my rifle, had a nice kick, and then a tank rolled up beside me, and like my whole body shook. It was awesome. I use it in Forza. When I use it in Forza, I also use bass shakers on my rig, and that's pretty cool because you can, with the bass shakers, you can isolate what actually triggers them. Okay, so that doesn't muddy that signal. So when I use the Woojer Vest with that, now I can use the Woojer Vest for everything else. I use it for like the engine RPM sound, the road speed, just general car vibrations. And again, once you try it, you can't go back. I tried it without it, and it was so disappointing. And I'll never race without it, actually. And when I first tried the vest, I had to look into it because it made my headset feel like it was louder. And there is an amplifier built in if you're running a wired headset, but even without that, the vibration like made my headset feel louder. It made me feel like I had my surround sound cranked up, but I wasn't bothering everybody else in the house. So that's definitely what I was going for. So, conclusion, I won't play a game without it. A game changer for sure. They're selling currently for $500 on the Woojer website. And let's face it, that's not cheap. But if you're wanting the next level of immersion, maybe a gift, maybe you're not ready to upgrade to a full motion rig, but you want that next level of immersion, this will do it. It's pretty awesome. It's not a question of if you'll like it; it's more of a question of are you ready to pay for it. The good news is Woojer is working with us, and they're giving us a discount code FTR20, good to the end of this month for 20% off. That's like $100. They also, if that's still a little too steep, they have a Woojer Strap 3. Basically exactly the same, but it's not a vest. It's a strap, and it has one oscillator. I'm sure it's going to do the same thing, but not to the level of the vest. I think those are selling for about 180, so that's like $35, $36 off. So yeah, if you're interested in this, check it out. If you have any questions, let me know.